You know, when I first started playing this build, I told myself there's no way I'm going to spend all the money on a build like this. It's way too expensive. And well, I lasted all of like 4 days before I caved and I started shelling out all of the money that I could to put together a proper arcane musket greatsword build using the crescent wave. And I'll be honest, this is one of the most high investment builds that I've ever played. It is full 725 gear score. Every piece of gear on this build is perfect. We've got all the rune glass, everything. Those rune glass are not cheap. They're going for like 15 to 20k each. But hey, I shelled out the money, I put the build together, and honestly, I don't regret it at all. This is such a fun build to play. And the fact that we've gone for full arcane damage means that we can fully utilize the damage from that wave. Now, of course, if you guys want to see a breakdown of this build, there is one at the end of this video. The link to the build guide down below is still going to be a link to the budget version of this build. And that version is much cheaper to put together, much more accessible for pretty much everybody. But if you want to play that fully maxed out greatsword and musket, this is the route to go. And last thing before we get into that PvP commentary, I have been getting clips for the top 5, but I still need a couple more to put an episode together. So if you guys have an awesome clip, it could even be an older clip that you want to see featured in the top 5 fights, you can send that to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. Okay, enough of all that stuff. One last smack. Oh my god, we both connect at the same time. That guy's health goes from 100 to 0. Now let's get into that next clip here. This is against a pretty tanky guy here. I think he's in heavy armor. Nope, he's in medium armor, judging by the roll. And this build I really like because that greatsword heavy just crushes tankier opponents. They cannot stand there and eat them. And there you see, we just rotated around him. Big damage with the musket shot there too. Oh my god. And then I love this. This poor guy, he didn't see me walk up behind him. And we just hit him with a heavy attack into the crosscut, and that combo is more than enough to take him down. So much damage coming out of this build. So I end up working my way up to the flag here, and the enemy players, they just respawn, they come back out. I take quite a lot of damage. I think I get shot by the musket player there, and then he ends up going for his crosscut combo, but I do a good job rolling out of that. One roll a little too many, I think, there. I end up blowing my stamina, but that's okay. We got it back using the steadfast strike. And then I love this. We just throw the traps down, and then we do one musket shot, second musket shot. Both of the players up top took a lot of damage from that, and it's me and the other greatsword musket player here. He ends up swinging, and we just do a good job kind of reading his combo, rolling out of our move on a little bit early, and then hitting him with that heavy attack as he completes the rest of his crosscut. And I love what happens. So we're shooting at this guy here, trying to take him down. Look at the ambush! 4 enemy players from behind. I just quickly turn around. I spin to win. End up doing really good damage, actually, to the whole group there. And then I just turn around and I try to keep the pressure on these guys. They put a lot of damage into me. I get down to the hallway here. One of them steps in the trap. There's one shot on the trap player. I throw the second trap down, and unfortunately, I do eat the grenade, but that's okay. I get back on top of the player that we hit with that shot. And then we hit him with one more attack off that spin. He goes down, and then I try hard to get the combo into this other musket player here. He switches to his rapier, and we just tear him lots of damage with the greatsword. Oh my god. And then I miss both the shots. No. On top of it, we get hit by the grenade, so I'm forced to roll to blow my stam to get out of that. And then we got hit by this spin, and down I go. On to the next fight. I love the opening to this one. We just start whipping crescent waves at these guys. We're hitting both players. There, one player goes down to the crescent wave spam. Absolutely beautiful. Switch to the musket. Actually land both my shots, and then we turn for the spin to win. Get a little bit of damage into him there. He's almost dead, and this guy ends up retreating. So now it's me and the very tanky boy again. And like I had said earlier, I love how this build does against tankier players. He can try to block it, but we will crush his block in 2 or 3 heavy attacks. So much damage. Oh my god. I mean, the numbers weren't crazy huge on him, but the consistent DPS from landing those heavies, absolutely amazing. There's a nice big headshot. Well, not a headshot, but a big power shot, and I actually managed to take down one of the lower health targets at the top. Quickly switch to the greatsword, try to get some pressure on the enemy greatsword player, just kind of running in circles there. And then I go up to the top here, set down a trap. There's one shot, 2 shots. Oh my god, I'm actually connecting my hits. Absolutely beautiful. We take another player down. This guy on the floor from our friendly player's trip, and we just hit him with the heavy attack, and down he goes. And then I try to get on top of the Greatsword player who's just running away here. And there's that heavy attack from around the corner. He goes down. I think we got the backstab on it too. Then I get back up to the top here, and we've got two friendlies just kind of putting some pressure in, but we got that very tanky boy up top here, and he is going to be tough to work through, so I just start hitting him with those heavy attacks. Look how much block damage that heavy attack does. It is absolutely amazing. I think, too, we might be doing more block damage with Crescent Wave because the actual heavy attack itself is hitting and the wave is hitting. The heavy attack from the Greatsword itself is going to do a lot of block damage, and the wave is going to do a little bit more on top. I absolutely love that combo. It's so strong. And then we get back on top of this guy here. Huge heavy attack. Oh my god. Into the crosscut. We managed to connect. And he goes down. And then there's a bunch in the stairway here. And I just start whipping waves at everybody. Go for the spin through on the target that we hit. I get a little bit of damage in, but unfortunately not enough. Then I just try to take a couple shots with the musket here. I missed the first shot. I do land the second shot, but we didn't really get a lot of damage on anybody with it. This guy ends up following me down. We get huge damage. Again, I find Greatsword versus Greatsword, we just have to be patient, watch what they do, and then get our heavy attack to land while they're in the middle of a combo like that. And then I get body blocked. Oh my god. And sometimes the body block throws me off. That was a 6k wave on that player. Holy crap. Did you guys see that? That was so much damage. I think that was almost a 10k heavy attack in total on that guy. And then the next player ends up coming in. We get him with the Defiant Stance heavy attack. There's a nice shot. We take him down. The friendly musket player getting the last hit in there too. And we just keep on pushing into these guys. It looks like the friendly player here has gone for the flag. This guy steps in my trap. And of course, I'm in the middle of a reload. Oh my god, we could have got the kill. I throw the wave down and I try switching to the musket again for the wave, the heavy attack wave into musket shot. This is a combo that I recently started doing, and at the beginning of the video you guys saw we got two really clean kills with this combo. It is not bad at all. There I go again for the wave into the two musket shots, and we end up missing the wave. He blocks one of the shots, but still nice clean combo. And then as soon as he hits us with the trap, we just go into that block. Greatsword, the way I build my Greatsword, at least we can block ranged attacks 100%. So that is an absolutely amazing way to shut down something like getting caught by an enemy trap. And this guy comes over the edge. He's attacking the other musket player that's with me here. We go for the spin. We take him down. The other player up top, we hit with the steadfast strike, pull a little bit of health out of him. But I end up taking a lot of damage from that heavy attack that he shoots. And then the friendly musket player puts a shot in. I put another one in, and we take that guy down as well. I love the synergy we have here. We're just absolutely blasting these guys as they try to get to us. Anyway, guys, there you go. Here is a look at the build. Like I had mentioned in the budget version, we finally got that 100 con, 100 strength, 350 dex, 150 intel, and this is perfect. I mean, this gives us the ability to brawl with the Greatsword and not have too few hit points to actually take a hit. And of course, the musket is still doing fantastic damage with a setup like this. The Greatsword setup that I've gone for, very cooldown focused, very damage focused. You could go for more of a healing setup if you want, especially since we have 100 con. Putting more points in the right side of the tree could be the way to go. And then for the musket, this is my standard musket tree that you guys see me run all the time. Power burn, powder burn, power shot, and traps. Now for the Greatsword, I have gone with the augmented empowered gem on here. Now, you do have to put the gem setting on this Greatsword if you want to put a gem. I would highly recommend the gem setting for Crescent's Wave for a majority of builds, and not just that, but the flexibility of being able to change the gem. And then on the musket, we as well have the augmented empowered, both of these dealing arcane damage for 50% of the damage, and then we also get that little bit of damage over time. Now, the gear here hasn't changed much from the previous build, but I do want to mention for the Greatsword, the reason that I still go for the damage split on the Greatsword is that the actual attacks from the Greatsword are now going to be hitting way harder, especially since so many people build slash resist. It does not up the wave damage, though. If you want to up the wave damage, you have to go for an opal or even a diamond if you want to run a weird Greatsword tree. I've seen a couple of those out there going like full glass cannon with the diamond, but yeah. The ring was very expensive to get. I had to craft this ring and musket. The whole build in the end, I think cost me over 300k to put together. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you liked the build. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And have a great night, everybody. I'll be doing more videos real soon, so look forward to that, and I'll see y'all next time.